everybody, it's me, Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a book haul. A couple books I got in the Just Books box, which I will talk about first. I think these, let me check the order they came in together. Yes, okay. So the first one is The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo by F.C. Yee. I'm pretty sure this is a YA. But this has the Monkey King in it. I love the Monkey King. I need to do a Let's Talk About the Monkey King because Sun Wukong is just the best boy, and he has influenced everything in Asian culture. Anime, manga, which usually turns into anime, just like culturally, mythically, spiritually, he's just all over the place. He's fantastic. He's like the part that everybody remembers about Journey to the West, which I still have to read, but I believe that's a chunky book and comes in like 4 volumes. But yes, I'm excited to read this. This is about Jeannie Lo, obviously. And she's in the Bay Area. And she's worried about going to college and all that stuff, but then Monkey King shows up and, as Sun Wukong is prone to do, causes trouble for her. So she's probably, oh god, what is his name? What's his name? Just click on Journey to the West. Sandang. Tang Sandang. He has a different name as well that I've also forgotten. Tripitaka. So she's probably like a Tripitaka type, maybe, not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Pigsy, Sandy, and the dragon show up eventually. But yeah, now she has to fight off demons instead of being worried about the SATs. So I'm excited for that. Also in that box, yes, I got The Cold is in Her Bones by Peter Nell Van Arsdale. That's a nice, oh, I didn't notice that. That's a snake. So this is about Mila. I believe this is a retelling of something, but I'll look that up in a second. She lives on her family farm. I'm not sure when this is set, but it seems to be like Mila's very isolated. So when a girl named Iris comes along, Mila's like, oh yeah, I have a friend. But then stuff happens. There's a demon. The demon gets Iris, and now it's up to Mila to fix stuff. Let me see. I'll just Google it since Cold is in. It would be nice if I could type. He says it's a mythology retelling of what? I don't know. Oh, it's a Medusa retelling. So Mila might be Medusa or Iris might be Medusa. I'm not sure, but I'm once again looking forward to it. I like retellings. I like Greek myth retellings, so yes. Next, I have A Skin Full of Shadows by Frances Harding. I'm not sure if you say the E or not. And this is about ghosts. Their spirit, because it says a spirit goes looking for somewhere to hide. Oh, some people have space. So it's like paranormal. What's the thing when ghosts take possession? Young Makepeace has learned to defend herself from the ghosts that try to possess her at night. Whoops, and then she gets possessed anyway. And she's sent to live with her father's rich and powerful family. There's a civil war. So yeah, I don't know what civil war. But it sounds interesting. Oh, she's only 12. Her name's Makepeace, not Young Makepeace. My bad. What civil... It could either be the American Civil War or the British Civil War. I don't know. It's probably the British Civil War, since this Frances studied English at Oxford and lives in England. But it could be the American one. But yeah, that seems interesting. I'm not a huge fan of like paranormal horror, but I'll give it a shot. I mean, it's young adult. It can't be like too creepy. I hope. And then I also got Bad Witch Burning by Jessica Lewis, which I had seen somewhere. And this is about Cottrell, who can talk to the dead. And she makes money doing that. She supports her mother and her mother's boyfriend, who's usually a deadbeat. But then she starts to draw attention, and the ghosts are like, you better stop or shit's gonna happen. And then shit happens. So, looks like there's a little doggy. Is it a hellhound? But when oh shit, she raises someone from the dead. There might be a hellhound. That's so cute. That's a little fluffy boy hellhound. I love it. I'm excited for this. This looks to be more modern, obviously, because she's in a hoodie. So that might be like urban fantasy, which is always touch and go for me. But I don't know, it's got a hellhound in it. It's bound to be good. Okay. So that was from the book boxes. Next, I got... I had a free credit at Thrift Books. All these are from Thrift Books. I bought them, I anxiety bought them because of what's going on with my mom. I felt like, I don't know if, for me, when I feel anxiety, I have to do something. And I had done everything I could in the house. I didn't want to eat anymore, that type of thing. And I was just like, I gotta buy these books. Like, I have to like panic buy for some reason. I'm gonna read them, but so I did that. And this was the first. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. I thought this was dragons, but it's fae, and it's urban fantasy. So, but I'm still interested because it's LGBTQIA+. It says the 8 courts of folk have lived among humans concealed by magic. A gruesome and ritualistic murders rock Toronto and threatens to expose fairies. And then 4 queer teens, each holding a key piece of the truth, form a tenuous alliance. And if they fail, they risk the destruction of both worlds. And there's a war brewing, and one of these teens is destined to tip the scales. So I'm excited. I like this sword. I thought those were dragon wings, but apparently they're fairy wings. And there's, now that I know it's Toronto, that's their Toronto skyline. I wouldn't have known that if they hadn't said Toronto. So yes, I'll do these 3 first. First, I have the 7th in the Unicorn Chronicles. Oh my god. You guys, I saw this while I was looking for books, and I went, it's out! Oh my god, it's out! Because I was going to order it when I had pre-ordered the sequel to She Who Became the Sun. But I got it. I'm so happy. I thought I was going to have to wait until November of this year. But I'm glad I got it early. And this is the final book. Oh, I'm so excited, but I'm so sad. It's not big, like, compared to some of the other books, but there's 32 chapters and, like, a prologue and an epilogue, and I know a lot happens. And I can't wait to find out about, like, the Dimbletham and what's happening with our main bad guy, Beloved, and what these new cast of characters that have popped up have to do with it. And it says the strands of the story converge at the center of the world. And I love it when strands come together and there are no loose ends. So I think I'm going to read this. I'm surprised I haven't read it already, basically, because I got it, like, earlier this month, so I think I'm going to read this ASAP. I love that series. I also got Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I love the cover, and this is about, and this is by Sue Lynn Tan, and this was by Bruce Coville. And this is about, it's a retelling of Chang'e, the Chinese moon goddess. And it is, Xingyin is the daughter of the moon goddess, I think. The Celestial Emperor, I think he's in, Journey to the West as well, and I've only been watching Red from OSP's videos about it. I think he's a dick. Or is that the Jade Emperor? Are they different? I don't know, but he's a dick. Her mother's exiled, and then Xingyin has to go on a quest and, like, save her mother. So I'm excited for this. This cover's great. I think the sequel is out. Yeah, it's only a duology, which is nice. The sequel is out, and it has just a beautiful Heart of the Sun Warrior. Oh my gosh. So Moon is dark blue, Sun, it's like this yellow-orange. Oh, it's so perfect. These are my second favorite myths, Chinese, Japanese. I don't know if I know any Korean. I might do, and I might not know they're Korean, but I just don't read up on them enough. Like, Greek myths are my favorite. We don't count Roman myths because they're just Greek myths with new names. So I'm very excited to learn more about this. And if you're interested in mythology, but you're not sure where to start, I would suggest OSP, Overly Sarcastic Productions. Blue does history, and Red does myths and literature. There's a whole playlist of all the myths. They have African, Asian, European, South American. I don't know if they have any North American. But yeah, I would definitely check that out. So, excited for that as well. And in the last sort of like solo book, I have The Green Rider by Kristen Britton. I believe this is a series. There's me, always picking up a series. Looks like there's 7 books, or out, and the last one was published in 2021. So, and it looks like this is about Kerrigan. I'm not going to pronounce that last name because I'm going to butcher it, much like I butchered the Chinese moon goddess. And she had beat the shit out of a heir of the Lord Governor, a boy, and she's like, yeah. So she's like, the school's like, get the fuck out of here. A horse shows up. He tells Kerrigan that he's a Green Rider, one of the legendary messengers of the king, and he bears a life and death message for King Zachary. So she jumps on the horse, becomes a Green Rider, and off she goes to greatness, I presume. So that's exciting. This would be, let's see. 1998, so that was a while ago, unfortunately. So this would be like one of those classic, I've been getting into like a lot of classic old fantasy sci-fi stuff, and this is like probably more YA, but I do like that our main heroine is a heroine. I'm sort of tired of men in my books. Although I do have the Wheel of Time, which is just man central. So yeah, I love it. Oof. Okay. Get this one out first. Oh gosh. Okay. Next I have Gear Breakers and Godslayers. This is a duology. I think. At least at the moment, it's a duology, by Zoe Hana Mikuta. Ooh, I hope I said that right. And it seems to me, let's see what it says. Yeah, it's sci-fi, LGBT, and it's a bit cyberpunky. That's the word I was looking for. Love cyberpunk. I'm trying to get into classic cyberpunk as well. William Gibson and all that. And there's a tyrannical rule, of course. They have giant mecha. Love it. I love Gundam Wing. Her name is Eris. She's a gear breaker. She specializes in taking down these mecha. She meets Sona, who is a mecha pilot. And then they work to destroy the bad guys from within. And then the sequel, which doesn't have a pretty cover, unfortunately. But that's what you get when you get from thrift books. Speaking of, I got the whole Graceling, or I think there's more than 3. But I got them for these new covers because look how gorgeous that is. And on the back, you can see Graceling and Fire as well. But I got the old covers, which is fine, I guess. But, like, I specifically clicked on the price that came with the cover, so I thought I was getting the cover. But whatever. Like, I said to my mom, if I like these good enough, I'll just rebuy them to match. Because this is gorgeous. So I've put this off, but I decided, you know what? There's a deal. I'm going to do it. This is like a classic YA booktube book. I heard it's really good. It's about Katsa, who can kill a man with her bare hands, so we're already into it. She's a Graceling. And then apparently that's a rare skill. She's the niece of a king. And then she meets a prince and becomes his friend. And stuff happens, so I'm excited. Look how chunky that is. Holy crap. But yes, I'm disappointed, but that is life. But yes, those were the other two covers I plan on getting eventually. Ugh. I should have just bought them all new. Oh well. Oh well. These are still nice covers, but come on. That's a gorgeous cover. Sometimes you just buy books because of the cover. Okay, this is the last pile. Next I have Sword of Shannara, which I listened to on audiobook, and I believe I said I wanted to buy it because there was a lot of information, so I bought it, and I bought the sequel. This is a trilogy, but it's sort of like Robin Hobb's works, where they're like little trilogies or quads set into a larger world. So the world is Shannara, and there are 34 books in total. And I'm reading them in publication order, not the order that the world is set in, if that makes any sense. So, The Sword and Elfstones. And this one is about Shay Olmsted, who happens to be the one hero the world needs. And he meets his group of friends. Well, he has a friend, his brother, and Al-Anon. And then they meet, and the guy, whose name I can't remember. Minion? I can't remember how they pronounced it. And then, stuff happens, and then I assume more stuff happens. So I'm excited, and I keep getting Terry Brooks mixed up with Terry Goodkind, who wrote the other big chunky series, like around the same time. But that they are not the same person. Terry Brooks is a good guy who wrote the Shannara series and expanded it from a Lord of the Rings ripoff into something else entirely. And Terry Goodkind is, as somebody said, neither good nor kind. Next I have Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth, and I pre-ordered the paperback version of Nona the Ninth. Because I know not only is nine is my favorite number, so if there's a 9 in it, if it's the color blue, if there's a dragon, I'm in like Flynn. So I know I'm going, ooh, nice reflection off of those. I'm going to like these. And I'm very excited. So these are like necromancy books, but in space. And this one is about Gideon. The ninth necromancer needs a swords woman. So the ninth might be... I'm not sure if the ninth is a person or like a little group, so they would all meet each other. I'm not sure. I'll find out. So this one's about Gideon. This one's about Harrow. I don't know if there's crossover. And then, of course, Nona. I love it. And finally, I have The Silvered Serpents and The Bronze Beasts by Roshani Chokshi. These are the sequels and the complete series of The Gilded Wolves, which some people said was a Six of Crows ripoff, which it was not. It just happened to be a heist with a group of people. It was completely different. And I very much enjoyed it, and I'm very happy to be finishing the series. At the end of the first one, because it's the first, things are not great. And so in the second one, one of our main characters, Severin, is not exactly as nice as he could be, I believe. And obviously more shit is gonna go bad. And hopefully by the end of the Bronze Beasts, they'll be happy-ish. So yeah, I'm super excited. And of course, the covers are amazing. Who would publish these? Probably HarperCollins. Wednesday Books and Imprints of St. Martin's. Well, I've seen a couple Wednesday Books. They knock it out of the park with these covers. And they all have this gilded. Sorry, I got paper on me. Like framework right here that was even on the first one. I like that continues throughout all of them. And even in this one you can see it's like frozen and stuff because they're in a frozen place. I'm so excited to read all of these. I don't know where to start. Besides the unicorn book, I don't know if I'll read any this month because in April we will have another round of Reddit/R-Fantasies bingo, so I might use them for that. Paper is still stuck on me. Anyway, that is my book haul for the month. I probably won't have another one. Maybe in July. My mom's birthday's in July. So we'll get a couple books for her and maybe for me. But yeah, that's my video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.